So traffic workers protest partial pay at Marshico's landfill while company promises a resolution. New land conversion assistance office opens in Port Louis to help public with applications and online process. In world news, Munich airport shuts down flights after drone sightings, leaving thousands of passengers affected and flights diverted. And in sports, PGA chief condemns Ryder Cup fan abuse after Rory McIlroy and family targeted. Yesterday, Thursday, 2 October, was a day of glory for Mauritian sport in New Delhi at the World Para-Athletics Championships. Naomi Alphonse successfully defended her world title in the 100 meters T54 category. Despite the rain, the Mauritian athlete lit up the stadium with a sensational performance, crossing the finish line in an excellent 16.07 seconds, her best time of the season. Already crowned champion last year in the same event, Naomi Alphonse further cements her place in the history of Mauritian sport. We take a listen to the final seconds of the race.
4. Set. And they're away. Very good start by Alphonse from Mauritius, and also alongside Zhao. It'll take a while for Bayakula. Bayakula is not going to take this. It's Naomi Alphonse on the way. Naomi Alphonse from Mauritius, and fighting hard as Super Agashi. Alphonse is going to take it ahead of Super Agashi and Zhao. And the Paralympic champion Bayakula didn't get going. She has done it. More history for Mauritius. Naomi Alphonse is the.
And we move now to the Court of Investigation's report onto the MV Wakasha shipwreck, released yesterday, highlighting human, organizational and institutional errors. It identifies clear responsibilities and makes recommendations to prevent another disaster of this scale. More on this report by Didier Rose, voiced over by Christian Sitia.
The crew of the Wakasha, in particular the captain and the chief officer, has been found guilty of gross negligence, deviating from the planned route to get a mobile phone signal, consuming alcohol while on duty, and abandoning basic navigation rules. These actions directly led to a shipwreck. The vessel's owner, Nagashiki Shipping, and the charterer, Mitsui OSK Lines, are also blamed for poor voyage planning, the absence of large-scale nautical charts, and an inadequate safety management system. On the Mauritian side, the National Coast Guard is criticized for failing to monitor effectively and for taking no action despite the ship's risky trajectory within territorial waters. The report recommends modernizing maritime surveillance and strengthening the NCG's legal framework. It also calls for a review of the National Oil Spill Contingency Plan, the creation of a rapid response team, and long-term environmental monitoring. Greater cooperation between authorities, the private sector, and international bodies is also urged to improve the management of maritime crises.
And staying with news in the headlines, new details have emerged in the death of Mark Yung Shi Yin, owner of Mark's Aquarium. His son, Alan Yung Shi Yin, has reportedly confessed, according to sources closest to the case. During questioning by the Major Crime Investigation Team, the 40-year-old said he went to his father's home in Bejtombo with friends searching for money and fish food. Unable to find cash, they allegedly left with fish food instead. 2 other suspects, one of them a minor, are in custody, while 2 more are still being sought. The appeal by the Director of Public Prosecutions has been rejected, and the acquittal of 3 police officers in the Iqbal Tufani case has been upheld. Iqbal Tufani died in March 2015 while in police custody. His family claimed he was the victim of police brutality. We listen to more on this, voiced over by Christian Sitia.
Sergeant Vikash Persand, along with Constable Jean-François Numa and Roshan Raghu, had been acquitted by the Intermediate Court on August 3, 2020, after facing prosecution for torture. Magistrate Niroshni Ramsundar had ruled that the circumstantial evidence was not strong enough to establish guilt. The Director of Public Prosecutions had advanced 10 arguments to challenge the benefit of the doubt granted to the police officers. Judges Nicholas Osan Belpu and Muhana Naidu upheld Magistrate Niroshni Ramsundar's reasoning, concluding that there was no valid reason to intervene. The court noted that the testimony of the police forensic pathologist Dr. Gangadin raised significant doubts about the time frame in which Mr. Tufani's injuries could have been inflicted. While the prosecution placed the events between 5:30 a.m. and 8:15 a.m., the doctor stated the blows could have been inflicted 24 to 48 hours before death, considerably broadening the window of possibility. Other inconsistencies also emerged observed, particularly regarding the victim's vital signs. Some witnesses reported them as normal, while others described the patient's condition as critical. These contradictions were not clarified. For context, Iqbal Tufani had been apprehended by an emergency response service patrol in Black River and was later handed over to the Criminal Investigation Division of Black River for investigation into theft.
Around 50 subcontractors and employees of Sotravik staged a sit-in yesterday morning at Mauritius protesting partial salaries, only 75% paid for several months, and unpaid overtime. Police were called to the scene, but the protest ended after workers said the company promised payments would be settled. Sotravik, which manages the island's only landfill and handles over 1,000 tons of waste daily, says it is facing a cash flow issue, but reassures staff and subcontractors that salaries and overtime will be paid in full after securing funds from its bank. The Ministry of Environment confirmed operations at Mauritius were not disrupted and is monitoring the situation closely. This comes just a year after about 200 subcontractors went on strike over unpaid wages, once again highlighting the critical role subcontractors play in Mauritius' waste management system. And in other news, since Monday 29 September, the Ministry of Agro-Industry has opened a new assistance office for Mauritians located at the Land Conversion Unit in the Renganaden Sinivasen building, Port Louis. The office aims to provide technical support and help the public navigate land conversion applications, including the existing online system launched in 2021 on the Economic Development Board website. According to Minaka Sigulam Sambu from the Assistance Office, the ministry received about 885 applications last year, many delayed or rejected due to missing documents or technical details. It's 9:08. You're listening to RM1, where we move international now, where Germany's Munich airport halted flights after several drone sightings, police said early Friday, the latest in a series of aviation disruptions across Europe. The airport announced 17 departing flights were cancelled Thursday evening, affecting nearly 3,000 passengers, while 15 incoming flights were diverted to other cities, including Stuttgart, Nuremberg, Vienna, and Frankfurt. Stranded passengers were offered camp beds, blankets, drinks, and snacks. It remains unclear when flights will resume. And finally, in sports, PGA of America CEO Derek Sprague says the abuse faced by Rory McIlroy and his family at the Ryder Cup crossed the line and he plans to apologise. The Northern Irishman endured crude personal taunts and repeated attempts to distract him during play at Bethpage Black. McIlroy revealed his wife Erica was also caught in the chaos when a beer thrown from the crowd hit her hat during Saturday's tense four-balls session. That's all from me this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned now to the